hope you are all doing well. So today I'm going to do a gliterature part. I don't know how many glitter. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1, 2, 3. It is 1, 2, 3. ABC, maybe you and me. We are going to jump into this for my gliterature. I don't know why I need to mention that, but last time I was talking about book and people were like, how can you read book? And I was like, gosh, you just need a pair of glasses if you are blind like me. No, I'm not blind, but when I read I need to get glasses because my eyes after a point are going to go like ooh. And without a drink, I need to mention this. And you need of course a book. And you need to start reading, and I was mistaking reading for a while when I was younger because a teacher at school told you that you have to read classics, that you have to read like the books, the adult books, and I was like, oh gosh, I'm going to stop reading because I love dystopian books, fantastic books, and also different kind of books that they tell you to not read. Basically, they were telling me to not read those kind of books, and I was like, gosh, I'm going to stop reading if it's the case. So my biggest tips is to go find a book. You don't care really. If you are going to find this in the child section, go there and find a good book and read it. It's going to be your book and your kind of reading, so go there. And sometimes I'm in the young adult section and people are like, oh gosh, you are too old to read those kind of book. That's the books I love, so I'm sorry, I'm going to read it and I'm going to explain you the old bookstore or the old bookshelf if you want to, but I'm going to read this damn book and I'm going to cut this off. Okay, let's get started for my books. The first one, it's going to be a trilogy. You say trilogy? Yes. So you have 3 books, so it's a trilogy. The first one in English, oh, I don't know if you can zoom this. English is called Perfect Chemistry, and it is by Simone Elkles. And I have freaking loved this book. And yes, and this is my favorite one from the story because you have my best friend and my cousin were like telling me, you need to read those books, you need to read those books for years, and I say no, because every time they explain to me those books and I was like, no, it doesn't ring a bell for me, it doesn't sound good. And you just have to pick the book and read it. So basically each book follow, you have 3 brothers. So you have the older one, the middle one, and the baby one. They are all members or related to a gang member. And you have, each boy have a different personality. One of them is more sporty, one of them is more like related to the studies. And the first one was like, I was like reading, I couldn't stop reading it. Reading it. Yes, reading it. And so I'm going to tell you the story because I'm just saying I'm freaking love it. So no, not the younger, the older brother is a member of the gang, and basically he is going to, of course, set his eyes. How do you say that in English? So he's going to fall in love with the lovely blonde pop-up girl of school, and they are of course in trouble because he's a member of a gang, and she has also some trouble in her family, but she looked like, what I love is she looked like the perfect blonde cheerleader girl, and you follow her and you realize she's not what she looked like, and she's more than people want her to be. And yes, I have freaking love this book, and I'm going to stop this because yes, it's amazing, it's amazing. In the second one, you follow the middle one brother, and he's going to follow his brother, and he is going to go in a, how do you say it? Oh, I know the word. In a kind of foster family, but in a good one that he kind of pick, and he's a kind of boy who is going to fall in love with a curvy, beautiful girl, and in his foster family there is a girl who is like the total opposite. She has some curve but not like the other one, and she's fond of cars and hiking and all of that, and he's like, I can't fall in love with this. And you follow them also with the gang pass and all of these. Yes, this one was good also. I prefer the first one. The second one is good. And the third one, I couldn't... I think no, the third one, I don't know why I was so mad, because I didn't fall in love with the third book. I don't know, I didn't like it, and I was mad because I freaking love the two first book, and the third one, I don't know what happened. But the third one is not as good as the other one. And I have not read the entire book. I have skipped some passages because no, it didn't speak to me. Didn't. Next, after the trilogy, I'm going to go with these books. Don't be afraid. It's a good book. But the title is really, really weird. This fourth book is going to be The Suicide Shop by Jean Teullé. And I was like, I had this book on my shelves for years and I couldn't read it. And this book has a really, really weird type of humor. So basically, you follow a family who owns a suicide shop, and they're just crazy. Yes. And you, how can I explain that? They are really, I'm going to, so yes, the summary is like, imagine a shop when you sell for years, for 10 generations, all the ingredients possible to commit suicide. In this little family business, is growing in sadness and dark kind of atmosphere, until the day where something really impossible and abominable, you say abominable, yes, is going to go, the happy life. So you have this family, and they have 2 children, and they are going to try something like really crazy. It's what is that? They are going to try maybe a condom with a gap. It's like the Russian roulette. It is a condom, or it is going to be broken and you are going to get pregnant or not pregnant. And with this, they are going to have a son, and the son is just amazing because all of them are like, oh, I want to die, but I can't die because I own this suicide shop. It's weird to explain, but you have to read this, really. And the little one is like full of joy, full of energy, and every time he wants to give the customer some hope, so they don't commit suicide, or they don't. And he's just like this kind of bubble personality, just amazing, and all this family is going to reject him, and he wants to change them, and it's amazing. It's a good book. You are going to laugh if you like this kind of dark type of humor. But yes, this book is freaking amazing. Yes, love this book. Next one is going to be, in English it is Fire. So it is Fire by Kristine Cashore, and I have really identified myself to the character, and my cousin have loved this book, and she was like, you need to read it, you need to read it. I'm like, okay, I'm going to read it because the two first book of the trilogy were amazing, so I'm going to follow your advice. And I have loved it. I have lent it to my best friend. She was like, what? I was expecting so much because I was like, you need to read it, I absolutely love it. It's going to be like, at the beginning, it's not going to start at the beginning of the book. So it's going to be interesting where she kind of travel. So the main character, she is called like a monster. You have the normal people and you have the monster. And she can read in people's mind, and when she goes somewhere, she kind of attract people, but it's really weird because some women are going to hate her because she's so pretty, and she kind of makes them feel really weird. Some people want to rape her because she's so pretty, and some people want to kill her. It's kind of hard to explain, but it kind of makes sense in the book. And she is going to be asked from what is it, the king, to come to the palace to find who want to kill him and want to kill all his family. But in a way, she really rejects all this kind of violence that her father put her through, and she's really against violence. And how can I? Yes, I have really loved this book, and I'm not going to say too much because people, when I talk to them about this book, they're reading that. I was hoping so much. I was like, no, but you have to love this book. I don't know. I have liked this book. So if you like those type of book and you have all the kind of trays, it is the second of third book, but the other book doesn't really. I read the resume of the other one and I didn't really fall in love with the resume, so I have stick with this and I like it. Next, we are going to go with e-books. So, those books is going to be the first one is a French book, and I don't remember if they are translated or not. And it is called in French Le Brasier des Souvenirs. The second one. And the first one, it is the Cendres de l'Oubli. I have never been as frustrated to read a book as I was with those two. Seriously, I didn't know how to explain because I need to put them in a video because I was so mad with those books because how do you say, the storyline is good, but seriously, she cannot make those two books in one. And it's beginning interesting at the end of the book. Really, like I'm not joking, but the 10 last page, you're like, oh yes, this is going to start, and it's like end of the book. So you pick the second book, and the character is freaking knowing and understand everything at half of the book, and you are like, gosh, I've understand everything at the almost the first line of the first one, and I was like, what the heck is that? So I'm sorry, I need to express this because I don't know why. And I gave them to those two to my BFF, and I was like, okay, tell me, please, read them and tell me what do you think. And she was like, oh my gosh, why did you put me into this? The storyline also, she told me the storyline is good, but she make like so many description, and sorry, I need to stop them. She makes so many descriptions. She go to so many lines, and you're like, what on earth? Why do you put those two? I know you get paid for making books, but no. And I was reading like the review, and everyone was like, oh, it's good. Oh my gosh, but what else do you read? I'm sorry, I need to stop. So I'm going to give you the storyline of those books. So basically, you have a girl who was living in Paris, and she moved to the south of France. Yeah. She is going to college, and she's going to meet two guys. One of them is like really kind of shy, and you don't really know who he is, but she has this kind of attraction. And the other one, it's going to be it is compared to Thor, like the god of, what is Thor the god of? Norwegian, Scandinavian product? No, country? I don't know. But Thor, like, imagine Thor. Yes, the blonde guy with a lot of muscles. So you imagine. So she has those two guys, and she makes this dream. And every night she's going to make this dream, and every time you have this dream in this book, I don't know, I need to count because I don't know how many times she makes a dream, and you have the same lines, and you're like, oh gosh, please again. And she doesn't understand a thing. Let's face it, she has this kind of weird thing because in her hand some kind of soft body mark appear along the way, and you are like, why on earth is some body marks show up? And she has like 16 body marks in her hand, and you are like, oh, that's creepy. I found this really, really creepy, but this makes sense at the end of the book, the second book, of course. And the last book, I hope you can see that. Ew. It's going to be Miracles Miracle. So it's going to be Miracles Miracle by Gabrielle Bernstein. So it is more like a little bit of, yes, spiritual kind of books. So you have the book divided in weeks. In each week you have a topic, and this is going to be break into days. And each day you have your mantra and you have your meditation. Almost every day you have your meditation to do in the morning, and you have a mantra and something to remind you during the day. And it's weird to explain because this book was so good, and it helped me so much to see some stuff I didn't want to see, but sometimes you need to see some stuff. And so it's going to divide. I don't know how to explain this. I'm going to follow the chapter because this book was amazing, really, really, really amazing. Yes, witness your fear. How do you perceive yourself, your relationships, your body image, and I don't know how she does that because the book is based on the Course of Miracles, but you have also, what is that name? Marianne Williamson, who has write a book. I think it is Love with Passion. No, not Love with Passion. I don't remember the name of her book, but she wanted to go with a book to explain the Course of Miracle, but for our generation, and to make it more current to our generation, and to break it in steps. And this book has freaking changed my mind. Yes, really. And the way I see the world, the way it makes you think, and yes. So if you like those kind of spiritual books and uplifting books, I don't know how to explain this book because seriously it makes a really, really huge change for me and the way I perceive the world too. And yeah, it was good. It was really, really good, and I keep reading it sometimes. I keep going back to chapter and going back to mantra, and there's a bird flying like go, 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 go. I don't know why, but it seemed to enjoy this. So go bird, go. Sorry. I hope this gave you some kind of maybe inspiration to pick a book again. And if you don't want to read now, don't read. Don't force yourself, because I have forced myself to read and it's not that good. You kind of lose in the same time your love for reading, and it's bad. But it comes back if you really, really found something. You are, yes. So pick a book and read if you want to. So I'm going to wish you. I'm sorry, I need to find. No, my house is not burning because I have a candle light. and I'm afraid every time I'm going to burn the whole entire house. I don't know why. I'm freaky. Okay, so I'm going to wish you a great week. I'm going to tell you also that you can subscribe, you can like this video, you can comment below. What else can you can share this video, and I'm going to wish you again a great week, to wish you the best, and please don't forget to smile. Bye!